there he'd be, eyeball to her eyeball, fresh, apparently, as a daisy, as if months, not hours, had passed since the last full-body slimnastic routine. Both before and after she'd quit sleeping with him, she'd read articles and books about sexual fatigue. There were features in women's magazines, often with photographs of bombed-out wives, shoulders sagging, bags under the eyes, sitting on perfectly made beds. Laura understood that she was among millions, that she was another casualty in what was clearly a national epidemic. She had explained it to Charlie as kindly as she could, saying that just as a horse had a finite number of jumps in her, so Laura had used up her quota. "No more jumping?" he said. "Not ever?" "I can't," Laura said. "I love you, but I can't." "What if we take down a few of the fences on the course? Lower the bars? Shorten the moat by the boxwoods? How about trying a—" "I'm sorry," Laura said. And in the moment, she did feel a little rueful. "Charlie, I am sorry, but can't you see? I'm out to pasture." Her secret fear about this new phase in their life was that without his one superb talent, which, she granted, had given her hours of pleasure, and even, she would say, fulfillment, without that contribution to the household, she wondered if he actually had all that much else to offer, if he would prove to be worthless. What a terrible thought! She didn't mean it. But might he be like a quarterback who, once retired, didn't have the smarts to buy a restaurant chain or a fitness club? When such ideas, unpoliced, crept up on her, she strenuously defended Charlie to herself. He had a multitude of virtues: his help to her in their business, his sunny nature, his ability to make jokes about catastrophes, his flights of fancy, and the fact that when they made up stories together about, for instance, their own cats, they were so united in their invention, it was as if they inhabited the same brain. Aside from the Ryders' separate bedrooms, there were several details about Laura that the people of Hartley would have thought they had no need to consider. They knew she was artistic with plants, but landscape and horticulture were subjects they believed a girl could learn about by looking at seed catalogs. They did not know she had lived with her sister for a year and nearly every day gone to the university library to study garden books. Also, she read novels, a habit none of her friends, and no one in the family, shared. It was a quirk her sisters would think was an affectation. Laura, the community college dropout, trying to show off. It was because of this imagined censure on Laura's part that she was sensitive about, and indeed embarrassed, by her hobby. No one knew that she had read every single one of the TV book club novels. That is to say, she read them all until the format changed, until the show featured only dead authors. Laura had stopped cold the summer the nation of viewers were to read 3 books by William Faulkner. She quit after 30 pages of the first for reasons she believed that anyone interested in a comprehensible storyline could understand. In addition to her secret pleasure in reading, Laura enjoyed writing. Nothing serious or big or personal, no journal stuffed between the mattresses, no shoebox filled with smudged pages, no amazing blog that had made her famous in cyberspace. She was satisfied with a small stage, and had nearly enough bliss using her talents to take care of the correspondence for the landscape business she and Charlie owned. She prided herself on the connections she made with her customers through her emails and the newsletters, communications that were general and at the same time, it seemed to her, confiding. It is to my great surprise that my delphiniums still keep coming up year after year. This method of relationship was far more gratifying to her than speaking by phone or in person. For one thing, she was an entirely different Laura on the screen. She liked herself far better in print. It was curious that she was so much more interesting and witty and sure when no other human being was present, when the correspondent was